If you're joining us brand new for the first time, welcome online. Michael Firth, Founding Advisory Board Member and Crown with Neumi, all the way from Australia, right down here. But we're talking to people right across the world right now, and I'm excited to be the presenter today, hot on the heels of our Barcelona 5th anniversary event, because we're going to be showing you some brand new innovations and brand new technology and some exciting things that everybody's going to want to know. So with that in mind, let's get the presentation underway. We should be done roughly in about 20 minutes from start to finish. All right. So first off, who is Neumi? We're the innovators. We are revolutionizing health and wellness through our cutting edge breakthrough, which is proprietary. You won't hear it anywhere else, called HydraStat molecular encapsulation delivery. So what is that? Well, it's a solution to a problem. They say if you want to be successful in business, find a problem and fix it. So poor absorption rates are a fact. It's a clinical fact that 90% of oral supplements never get absorbed by the body, which means only a fraction of whatever you're taking in nutrition actually reaches the cells where it's needed. Now, HydraStat is a solution. This is something that I helped find the investors for 8 years ago with our beautiful friend, Steve Scott, our founder. And it sets us apart, delivering high quality products that absorb into the bloodstream in seconds without needing to pass through the gut. Now, 3 unique differences are behind our breakthrough, because some people may have heard of nanotechnology before, or liposomal and those things. Let's just be clear. Capsules and nutrition was invented in 1800. Liposomal, which was great advancements, was invented in 1960. And there's been nothing invented ever since, except for what you're about to hear called HydraStat, which changes the game. So there are 3 things that make us different. Number 1 is our size. You can see this little graphic, tiny little dot, that's us. Traditional nutrition, that's theirs, and that's a human cell. So our molecular ingredients are between 10 and 100 millimicrons, and millimicrons are a nanometer. And just to put it in context, if you wanted to penetrate the blood-brain barrier, a human hair is 80,000 nanometers, if you could see that. Can't even see it. And if you want to penetrate the blood-brain barrier, you need to be down to about 20 to 30. Liposomals are about between 50 and 300, so they're not going to get there. Sometimes as high as 500. Traditional nutrition gets, hit by the gut, doesn't necessarily always absorb. And so if you're down to 10 nanometers, not only can you penetrate the blood-brain barrier, you can go straight into a human cell. You're looking at an invention that can. And what does that do? Amplifies the results of those ingredients. So surface area is another important part. For those ingredients that don't necessarily go straight into the cell, guess what? We have surface contact of 200 times greater surface contact, and your cell basically in that little diagram shown absorbs whatever the molecule it touches. So we are having gangbuster sort of results compared to others. We're going to show you something that proves that in a second. We then don't deliver using fats like liposomals or lipids. Instead, we actually use ultra purified water molecules to deliver that. And your body loves that. In fact, the water is purer than a hospital IV. Now, don't take my word for it. Let's look at independent science. This is the results right now of an independent study done by Eurofins. Eurofins is the largest nutrition testing body on the planet. And what you're looking at right here is the results of a test on redox activity. Now, redox activity in layman terms is where the real fight happens. So if we take one ingredient called glutathione, you're going to hear more about that later, you show here that compared with traditional glutathione, which by the way, would not get through the digestive process. But if it did, and they can't, we can, but if it did, then if it got through and it ran over the cell, how much would absorb? And you can see here that we have nearly double, in some cases more in 10 minutes, nearly triple the absorption on the baseline redox activity. So the baseline redox activity, that is where the fight is happening. That's where glutathione is doing all its work, okay? So nothing came close compared with all the glutathiones out there in the market. So then that's the baseline. But what about depleted cells? Check it out. On depleted cells, the study came back and said, still, we trumped every single form of glutathione supplementation out there in terms of the independent lab testing. So I show you these slides to kick off because now you understand you're looking at the only product that can do this. There isn't any competitors. People ask me sometimes, there isn't any. We have just changed the game. Not 1800, not 1960, brand new technology. So with that, let me introduce you to 3 of our brand new products that just got released that absorb in seconds. Have a listen to this. Now, I'm sure you'd agree these are amazing products. Let me talk about them individually. Firstly, this one. This is the energy product. Now, I'm lucky enough to be in a crash test dummy back in April when I went around Asia with our co-founder, Ryan Scott, and he gave me this product. And back then, it didn't taste as amazing as it did now because it had no preservatives, it had no flavoring, and it was pretty bitter. But now it tastes great. It contains caffeine, which ignites the alertness and stamina. L-theanine, which smooths the edge and sharpens your focus so you don't get the jitters, and then taurine, which powers muscles and hydration. It's half the price of the energy drinks in the world. It's clean energy, it's instant energy. People take it and go, holy moly, 3 minutes later I can feel it. Boom. Number two, this is the immunity spray. I was also a crash test dummy with this, and I was doing 3 countries in 10 days in Asia. I was exhausted, and I always end up getting sick no matter what I do to protect myself. I sprayed this at the back of my throat, and boom, I was back the next day. Nothing got me. And 3 times in a row, it made me bounce back. Boosts your immune system like nothing I've ever known. So what's in it? Fucoidan, brown seaweed derived support from for your immune wellness. Can't even read that. Zinc, essential for mineral for defense, and call that alphabet soup. Arabinogluten primes the gut and immune cells. It works. I've never had anything work like this in my life, and so fast. Lastly, the third in this amazing launch of 3 products is Neumi Relax. Now, there's only 2 ingredients in this, which is Maya inositol, which actually balances mood and supports restful sleep. Magnesium citrate, which relaxes muscles and calms the nervous system. So there you can see it, powerful and simple, isn't it? Now, I want to say, if you're thinking Neumi, think swish and spray. Okay, now in some cases, little products, tiny ones like this, and I am talking fast, but I didn't have any of this yet today. Can you imagine how much faster I'm going to start talking now? That is a swish and spray, couple of ingredients, instant, bang. When you're talking about our other products, instead we have a cap that you fill up, little cap, and you put it in your mouth and you swish it to get the results, okay? Why the difference? Well, this only has a couple of ingredients. It's a tiny little bottle, fits in your pocket. The superhero products I'm going to talk about, they have a lot of ingredients and they need a lot more product in your mouth for that to work, hence the bigger bottles and so forth. So, powerful and simple kickoff. Now let's talk more about some of our more complex superhero products and the power of an ingredient you heard about with the Eurofins study called glutathione. So, glutathione, what is it? It's the master antioxidant. It's the key to protecting your cells, detoxify of the self, the key to life, health, performance, protection, longevity of every cell. If you didn't have glutathione in your cells right now, you would be dead. Okay, so it's the only antioxidant that recycles itself and other antioxidants. There is now, as of yesterday, 205,181 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed, the world's scientific website, about glutathione and its importance, versus only 83,000 with vitamin C we all take for granted. What do the doctors have to say? It is the most powerful antioxidant you've probably never heard of. It's the key to fighting off disease you fear the most. It's called glutathione. If you're talking about Dr. David Katz, he says if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, if your body's not firing on all cylinders, low glutathione is probably the part of it or the cause and the effect. Your body has glutathione in it, but it depletes 10 to 12% per decade, and the longer you're alive, the more it depletes. Things that can deplete it further: invasion of toxins, heavy metals, exposure to radiation, free radicals. All those things impact. Glutathione is also reduced even further by a trauma to the cells, like injuries, infections, and diseases, and you burn 40% of your built-up levels of glutathione in the first 10 minutes of aerobic exercise. You can see the line here dropping as you age. Then you can see the oxidative stress gaining. When those 2 lines cross, oxidative stress is the silent killer that leads to 80 different diseases. You want to keep oxidative stress low in the body. So what are signs of low glutathione? Weakened immune system, physical and mental fatigue, muscle weakness, aches, inflammation, premature aging, disease, dull, dry skin, grey hair, balding, brain fog, headaches, digestive issues, allergies, weight gain. Do you know anyone with any of these? Most of us do. What are the signs of high glutathione? I won't repeat them. They're just the opposite. So instead of a weakened immune system, a boosted immune system. Okay? So that's what glutathione's about. Now I'm going to go into more detail of our superhero products, but just remember what I just showed you. We showed you the Eurofins study proving that our product trumps other glutathiones. We've shown you the absorption and the way we have smaller cell size, ultra purified water molecules. We know this works immediately. This product's in your bloodstream immediately as well, okay? And it's going to make a massive difference. It's going to disrupt the entire glutathione industry worldwide. So this is the first product. It's called NutraSwish Extra Strength. We just boosted the potency of it again. If you want to find out more 2 days from now at the same time, log on and hear our founder talk about it. So it has glutathione instantly in your bloodstream, plus L-cysteine, which is a building block. Glutathione requires 3 things to have your body make it: glutamic acid, glycine, and cysteine. So we boost the cysteine. Glutathione taken orally will get destroyed by the digestive process, so will cysteine. Curcumin, vitamin C, the other ingredients will get through the gut when you swallow, but just by swishing in the mouth, like the spray was, you will have absorbed all of that in seconds, which causes immune system boost, joint support, clean and sustained energy, and rapid recovery. We started in the glutathione space because we knew we could make more difference to human health with that ingredient than anything else, but we are going into every ingredient, as you just saw us start with. Now, let's talk about the next product. Glutathione for the skin, but also hyaluronic acid, curcumin, collagen, and other things. Now, this, if you see the before and after photographs, it's spectacular. You literally just spray it on your skin. That's it. Over your makeup, ladies. Walk away, guys. Just spray it, walk away. Do it 4 or 5 times a day if you like. Helps reduce pore size, skin texture, smoothed, lifts and firms, brightens an even skin tone, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and fights skin aging pollutants. The next product we went into is nootropics for the brain, proven ingredients that boost your cognition, but all of these ingredients never delivered to a human cell in 30 seconds into the bloodstream and 70 seconds into your organs. So 70 seconds into the brain with 1 pass of circulation. What are the results? Enhanced memory, improved mood, increased focus, rapid energy, and heightened cognitive performance. Now, the American Brain Council, Dave Larson, has endorsed this product because they actually see some fantastic results with it. Now, HERS, environmental disruptors are disrupting women's health. We now have a product which uses botanicals, proven ingredients from naturopaths about women's health, but again, never delivered to the bloodstream in 30 seconds, never delivered to the human cell in 70 seconds. This is for women from 18 right through to 100, if you're still alive, right? Because it helps alleviate bloating, cramps, and PMS, supports healthy hormone function, helps with hot flashes and night sweats, and enhances mood and overall well-being. Finally, we moved into the hair area as well. Lots of people having impact on their health from hormonal situations, stress, all sorts of things, dandruff, etc. So we have a product now where it absorbs straight into the scalp, creates hair strengthening, scalp health, moisture smoothness, heat protection, and increased hair density, and the before and afters will blow your mind. Now let me jump into some real examples. Firstly, Bill Gillespie. I showed you the Eurofins study. I showed you that it proved no other glutathione's getting the same results. That's categorically off the table. It's proven scientifically. But if you still don't believe me, watch this. Bill Gillespie, 62-year-old powerlifting champion. I've known Bill now for many, many years. In a previous company, he used a glutathione precursor, which was an ingredient to hopefully get through the gut if you didn't have gut issues, help the body to produce more glutathione. That is now the beta cassette that everyone's still doing, and some people don't even know what a beta cassette is. It's that old. It's a record. Let's just say a record player will put that in your head. That product had him boost his glutathione, boost his energy, and at 49 years of age, broke world records at 364 kilograms in a bench press. We wondered what would happen 10 years later, or longer than 10, about 12, when he reached 62 years of age using this product, still boosting glutathione, but a different delivery method into the cells in 70 seconds. Boom, 512 kilograms as a bench press. Dwarfed his past one at 49. New world record, they say, will never be broken. Ask any powerlifter, is that possible? And they say no, it is when you have the power of HydraStat. So, moving on to the other products. Women, this is 34-year-old Danae, and she said she had immediate energy with the NutraSwish, but she also has since been using the HERS. Her mood swings, bloating, breast tenderness, all the PMS symptoms just disappeared. Product's not just for athletes in NutraSwish. This is Keith, who's 61. I think he's 63 now. And he was suffering from an injury in his neck and shoulder. And he realized after using NutraSwish, he slept for the first time in almost a year. And now he's back to his exercise routine. So old people, athletes, women using the HERS product. What about the brain? This is Jean from Hawaii, 55-year-old. And you can see here, she calls it a noticeable cognitive focus, clarity, memory, energy boosting, get a ton of stuff swish that she'll never do a day without. And everyone knows that she has a bit of an attention deficit sort of situation, and it's brought her mind back, which is great. Back to the NutraSwish. This is my son, young athletes. You know, he doesn't need it. He's in his 20s. Well, he said week 3, he saw personal best out from his competition. Week 4, even more benefits as well. So young people as well. You know, even if you're, 80 years of age and wanting to do the gardening all day, again, it's about reducing oxidative stress in the body and improving your energy. Now, let's talk about the skin product. If I could cut your body open now and show you your liver before and after using glutathione, you'd know what we're talking about, right? Despite how you're feeling. This is showing on the external what it does. So Elaine swears she did not lose any weight. She had her eyebrows done, yes. She literally had the tightness in her skin tighten up using our product because the collagen in it was like the springs in your mattress. And you'll notice the appearance of redness, fine lines, and pore size out of this world. 4 weeks comparison. This one's only 17 days, one of our members in Indonesia. And you can see here the difference. The picture tells 1,000 words. And there is another example of skin over in Africa. We got a lot of African members as well. And you can see the melanin production is sort of leveled out with that one. This example I love because, I'm the same color skin, lily white. Donna from Texas, you can see she was a smoker apparently, and she had the turkey neck, and look at the difference in the turkey neck. And I found the same thing by spraying mine. And this is our poster girl, which is Sherry from Indiana, and she's been using it for 6 years, back then actually. So it's now 7, 8 years. So she's 64. Look at the before and after. It's spectacular. Then we launched the hair product. This is a couple of the early results. Started to use it after a month. You can see the difference straight away, just looking at the photograph. Here's some women's hair, same scenario. I saw the same with the back of my head. And then, of course, this is Sherry again. I cannot believe that she's 64. So if you want to see more of these, even with the new extra strength, new NutraSwish, if you go to Neumi New You on Facebook, that's the official company page, and you can see everything you need to know. So our vision, where did it come from? My beautiful friend, Steve Scott. Steve was behind the Total Gym with billions in sales. If you saw Christy Brinkley and Chuck Norris, virtually every Hollywood star you've ever seen on television, that was Steve promoting products, and he only promotes breakthrough products. He came to me one day and said, I found the biggest breakthrough of my entire life, and that's what started the whole journey. And he came out of retirement in his mid-70s to do this. We then recruited our brilliant CEO, Aaron Rennett, who's the most field-driven executive I've ever known, and he has driven us into 74 countries in 5 years. It's unreal, with 11 more countries ready to line up. Science and Medical Advisory Board, we've attracted the best medical doctors and scientists, Stanford heart transplant surgeons, Mayo Clinic scientists, gene expression experts, and they've all said they've never seen these results before. In fact, at our Barcelona event, Dr. Satoris Nikolopoulos, gene expression expert, came up and showed our product was the only product he's ever seen normalize gene activity, which is amazing. So execution. We chose to go into the home-based business industry. Why? It keeps growing. It's twice my age. It's known as direct selling, network marketing, home-based business, booming, right? And you can see the results in the last 12 months or so. In the same time, as I said, we went to 74 countries and 11 more lined up. So as we wrap up, today was just about the science, the proof, the results to get you to go, wow, I need to try this. But if you're looking at it from an opportunity perspective, we won't go into a lot of detail today, except to say there is 0 membership fees. If you're paying monthly subscriptions to get products off other companies, you're getting ripped off. If you're paying annual memberships, you're getting ripped off. There's no charge here. Membership wholesale pricing for that, so you don't have to pay anything extra. Free business building tools, industry training, marketing assets, a free app you're going to get to build your business. And there are 3 ways to earn commissions weekly, paid 7 levels deep from your recommendations. 4 ways to earn monthly commissions paid on all generations to infinity. And there is a compensation plan deep dive that goes for 18 to 20 minutes that someone can send you if you want to understand that. But suffice to say, we pay 53 cents in the dollar. The average company in the industry is paying between 24 and 39. Our 53 cents does not include promotions and does not include incentive trips. There are the cherries on top, and most other companies are including that in their projections. So you won't get paid any higher than this company in my experience. So if you just want to get your return on investment, get 4 customers buying the same product you do and you get yours for free. If you want some residual income, put in some more effort, learn our systems, you could earn a good side gig income. But if, like me, you wanted to replace your income entirely and earn more than you have from every single job you've ever done in your entire life, Neumi can do that. I'm personal experience to validate that. So today, when you're watching us, you're either ready to get started, maybe you want to try the products, or maybe you want more information. All those answers are totally fine. I would suggest that you go back to the person who invited you to today and ask them for more information. I want to thank you for taking time today to see this presentation. And remember, tomorrow at exactly the same time, we will have Sergio coming online, our Vice President of Sales, with various diamonds that were in Barcelona with more information. And the day after, at exactly the same time, our founder, Steve Scott, will be diving into NutraSwish Extra Strength and the Eurofins study that I touched on in a lot more detail. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We'll see